Hi there, my name is Sam from Versus.com and welcome to the new comparison video between Samsung's Galaxy S20 Ultra and Sony's Xperia 1 Mark II. Once again, Android against Android. One is from a leading smartphone manufacturer, the other one used to be a bit bigger. Which one builds a better smartphone? That is what we are going to find out in this video. Let's start straight away with our review, let the facts speak. Display. The Galaxy S20 Ultra has a 6.9-inch display with a 1440p resolution. It is fitted with an OLED screen, which also does a fantastic job. The S20 Ultra's display measures 17.44 cm diagonally with a pixel density of 511 ppi. The S20 Ultra has the 2020 must-have feature of an impressive 120 Hz refresh rate, which creates very fluid pictures. The Xperia 1 Mark II has a 6.5-inch cinema wide display, which means it has a 21:9 aspect ratio with a 1644p resolution. It uses a 4K OLED screen which creates crispy sharp images. The 6.5-inch display therefore measures 16.5 cm diagonally with a pixel density of an incredible 643 ppi. The screen only has a 60 Hz refresh rate, but it uses motion blur which creates the look and feel of a 90 Hz display. The decision was easy and difficult at the same time. First of all, the S20 Ultra has a massive screen compared to the Xperia, but the resolution on Sony's display is just incredible. Now to the easy part. The fact that you can't go full resolution and use 120 Hz at the same time makes Samsung lose out here. The very high resolution on Xperia 1 Mark II and the motion blur feature that gives you the look and feel of 90 Hz lets the Xperia look better. Therefore, the point goes to the Xperia 1 Mark II. Performance. The Sony Xperia 1 Mark II has 256GB internal storage capacity. It is equipped with a super fast Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 chip with 1x 2.84 GHz, 3x 2.42 GHz and 4x 1.8 GHz and has 8GB RAM. Storage capacity can be expanded by up to 1 TB. The Galaxy S20 Ultra model that we use in this comparison has a Samsung Exynos 990 chip with a 2x 2.7 GHz and the 4x 2.4 GHz and the 2x 1.95 GHz for a solid performance. Keep in mind that this is the European version. The S20 Ultra version, which is sold in the USA, China and South Korea, has also the Snapdragon 865 built in. This phone has 12GB RAM with 128GB internal storage capacity. There's also a 16GB RAM model with 512GB internal storage capacity on the market. The storage capacity can typically be expanded by up to 1 TB. This S20 Ultra version has 12GB RAM, but uses Exynos 990 chip. Can it still beat the Xperia 1 Mark II, which has the Snapdragon 865 built in and only 8GB of RAM? That's what we are going to find out in the AnTuTu benchmark test. The tests are divided into 3 phases: a performance test of the RAM, a test of how the device is handling 2-dimensional graphics, and an endurance test of how the device is handling 3D graphics. The difference between these two chips seems tremendous. The Snapdragon 865 lets Xperia win in this category, so our advice: try to get a hold on the Snapdragon version of the Samsung S20 Ultra, if you decide to get this phone. Camera. The Sony Xperia 1 Mark II had 3 main cameras: a 60mm ultra-wide, a 24mm wide-angle and a 70mm telephoto camera. Each camera has a resolution of 12 megapixels. The front camera's resolution is 8 megapixels. The Sony Xperia 1 Mark II records 4K videos at a maximum of 60 frames per second. And of course it has image stabilization for video too. The S20 Ultra has also 4 main cameras: ultra-wide, wide-angle, telephoto and depth vision. The cameras have a resolution of 108 megapixel, 12 megapixel and 48 megapixel. The front camera's resolution is 40 megapixel. The Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra records 8K videos at a maximum of 24 frames per second. And of course, it has image stabilization for video too. On paper, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra has a better camera system, but Sony has some features that are perfect for camera enthusiasts. Let's find out which camera system comes out on top in our daytime camera test. Pictures taken with the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra are sharp and color rendering is good. Pictures taken with the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II seem, as for Sony cameras, Usual, pretty sharp, sometimes a bit too sharp. And the color rendering is okay. In case of the front camera, we actually like the Samsung's camera more. The Xperia 1 Mark II has a 3-fold optical and a 3-fold digital zoom feature. The S20 Ultra on the other hand has a 10-fold optical and a 100-fold digital zoom feature. But as we already mentioned in previous videos, all the way zoomed in it doesn't really make sense. At least that is our opinion. What do you think? The Xperia 1 Mark II, thanks to a resolution of 4K, produces first-class videos. With 120 frames in 2K mode, you can do slow motion videos, but not as slow as Samsung's S20 Ultra. The Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, thanks to a resolution of 8K, produces top quality videos. Full HD mode offers 240 frames per second and HD mode up to 960 frames per second. The specs of the camera system suggest a good outcome for Samsung. And it did, but we still couldn't let Samsung win in this category. At least we could not give the point only to Samsung. We decided to call it a draw, because we think Tony.
Xperia Z, built upon the best.
Because we think Sony did a good job by pre-installing 2 pro apps that give you full manual control over the camera system. For every photo or video enthusiast, this is perfect. On every other smartphone, you have to pay extra for such pro apps. And to have it pre-installed is just amazing. And we listened to you guys. We read in the comments that some of you had issues with the autofocus on the S20 Ultra. We took this in our consideration. Design. The Sony Xperia 1 Mark II has a clean design with a glossy finish. The triple camera system is well positioned on the upper left corner on the back of the phone. We noticed that lots of flagship phones have really big camera bumps that stick weirdly out of the back of the device. Sony did a good job by reducing theirs to an acceptable amount on this phone. The smartphone weighs 181 grams, it's roughly 16.6 cm long, 7.2 cm wide and 0.7 cm deep. Samsung uses a very elegant glossy finish for its Galaxy S20 Ultra. The quad camera system is also well positioned on the upper left corner on the back of the phone, but has the same problem as its competitor. It just sticks out a lot. The smartphone weighs 220 grams, it's roughly 16.69 cm long, 7.6 cm wide and 0.88 cm deep. It has a USB-C connector. The IP68 rating makes it also water and dust resistant. The S20 Ultra uses face recognition technology and a fingerprint scanner, which is built into the screen to unlock the phone. Once again, we have to decide which phone we will give this point to. So this is our subjective opinion. We know that design is always a question of individual taste, but we try to explain why the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II is a prettier phone in this comparison. Sony did something with the Xperia 1 Mark II that we really liked. We think that the lean design of the phone gives it a perfect shape to hold in your hand. Plus, the camera bump on the S20 Ultra is something that we have to say it again, we don't like. Do you agree? Do you prefer Xperia's design or that of the S20 Ultra? Let us know what you think in the comments below. We'd love to hear your opinion. Battery. The Sony when fully charged has a battery with 4000 mAh. On the other hand, the Samsung when fully charged has 5000 mAh. So Samsung's battery is way bigger. Let's see if that helps the S20 Ultra to last longer in our day-to-day usage test. In this comparison, the bigger battery was a successor. It gave the S20 Ultra a longer lasting life. That's why we gave this point to Samsung. But once again, it always depends on the way you use your phone and the settings you use it in. Both phones did make it through a whole day of normal usage. Conclusion. We reached the moment in this video where we have to count the points and find a winner. Let's go through all the categories. First we compared the displays and we gave the point to Sony's Xperia 1 Mark II. In terms of performance, the Xperia also takes a lead, because it has a better chip built in. Comparing the camera system, we had to call it a draw, because both phones have their pros and cons. The design points goes to Xperia. We think its aesthetic is better than that of the S20 Ultra. The last point for battery life scores Samsung, even though that doesn't make any difference. The overall winner is Sony's Xperia 1 Mark II. Naturally, we review more than these 5 categories covered here. If you want to see a full comparison, follow the link to our website. You can compare up to 7 different smartphones at versus.com. But before you do that, please post your comments and let us know which phone you think ranks first. If you liked our video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Take care and see you soon.